Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning viewer, it's great to have you here and I hope this video finds you in your best place. If you're a new viewer, welcome to my channel. I'm Princess Tiffany. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. It's absolutely free. Let's get into this. Meghan Markle has been blackballed and blacklisted essentially by the House of Chanel. Meghan is said to have approached the House of Chanel on multiple occasions, especially following her exit from the UK in 2020. She's said to have repeatedly over the last 5 years been pursuing a brand partnership and ambassador role with the house, which has always been hard to acquire for most A-listers. Chanel does have an extremely particular scrutiny process in order to ensure that the overall brand image isn't degraded by who they partner with. But what Meghan hasn't realized, or at least what she didn't realize, is that when she left the royal family in 2020, Chanel had already blackballed her and her card had been marked, and they knew that any future collaborations in light of the way she was perceived at the time just simply wouldn't be a possibility for them. When we saw her at Paris Fashion Week and she attended the Balenciaga fashion show, Chanel knew that Meghan was going to try and schedule an in-person invitation, which is something that celebrities can do, especially if they're highly favored and liked. And they was prepared for her relentless calls from her assistants and her PR team in order to try and get a last-minute impromptu showing in order to align their brands together. This was circulated amongst the staff of the house, and so they blocked her continuous calls and her assistants' continuous texts in order to protect them from having to reject her directly to her face. They sent her PR team to completely different departments and around the houses, so much so that they knew that by the time she got through to the decision makers of the house, the show would have been done and dusted and it would have been finished and too late for her to secure that golden ticket. Meghan left Paris livid. She was enraged, but she didn't give up and she was determined to continue on because she believes that Chanel can bring her branding back to life. When Meghan finally flew home after her long PR tour for her upcoming holiday special, which drops in November, she hasn't said what date, but we're all assuming it's going to be around November 12th or at least November 16th because she needs time to push her products for sale for the festive Christmas season. Meghan got her PR team to continue on contacting the House of Chanel because in her mind she believed, well, the founder of Chanel was an extremely controversial rule breaker. And she was an alternative figurehead. She was a strong woman and she was all about self-sufficiency, which Meghan has tried to stress to us since she left the firm. And way before she was in the firm, she talked about the power of women and her dishwashing soap ad and how she fought for women's rights and she got this company to change the advert because she felt as though it was misogynistic. Meghan still thinks that there is an opportunity and a chance, but what she doesn't realize is that there's been a sweeping decision across a lot of the fashion houses to ban her from their PR ambassadorship roles. Now, it's customary for fashion brands to have brand ambassadors. A lot of the brand ambassadors who work for these big fashion houses like Givenchy and Dior and Chanel and Hermes are literally mere bloggers. Bloggers do have a lot of power and influence, especially if they amass really strong, large followings. There's a blogger who I love to follow called Chiara Ferragani. She's an Italian influencer and blogger. You've probably never heard of her, or maybe you have, but she regularly has PR collabs and advertisements with her entire family with fashion houses that are in Italy, such as Prada and Gucci. They regularly send her all of the season's collections, their fall winter collections and their spring summer collections. She gets everything on the house. I think she has about 20 million followers, something like this. And what I'm basically trying to say is that it's not abnormal for fashion houses to go deep into partnership with influencers. Meghan is, of course, relegated herself to just being a blogger and an influencer, which is something that she was falling into before she got with Harry anyway. So it's not a surprise that she would think that these opportunities were available to her. But as we've all seen with her My Shop, the Duchess Sussex shop, that she has quickly removed off of her social media without any prior warning, it wasn't really working out the way she had hoped. And she thought, well, if I can frame myself as a fashion slash beauty guru, because we did see those images when she left Washington, D.C. after her Women's Summit Power Speech talk, she pictured herself here with the makeup and she was doing the lip gloss and blah, 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 blah. She was trying to frame herself as a blogger and influencer. She showed her shoes, she showed the clothes, she showed us things that we aren't used to seeing from her, but it's just not worked. Meghan is extremely persistent. So she's been calling the head of their PR a lady called Emmanuelle Wally. She is the Director of Press Relations and Public Relations for Fashion, Fragrance and Beauty. She was hired back in January 2022 and is responsible for the managing of communications around Chanel's fashion image and creative vision. This lady has ordered for Meghan's calls to go to junk mail in so many words. They think that it would have a catastrophic effect on the brand at large. But Meghan is ruthless and she will not stop at anything. As this article expresses, Meghan prepared to go it alone, and insider says she will stop at nothing. Meghan plans to build her business empire and expand as ever, sources have said. Despite Meghan's second season of With Love Meghan failing to hit the top 10 Netflix shows, the Duchess of Sussex is determined to expand her business in the lifestyle arena. Meghan, who launched As Ever in 2025, has been dubbed as strategic when it comes to her brand development. And so they go on to talk about her As Ever brand, and maybe she's going to expand into homewares goods, and now she has the wine, blah, 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 blah. This guy called Dermot jumps in and he says it's a savvy move. By doing her own makeup and showing it online, she's repositioning herself as relatable, hands-on and creative, all traits that resonate with beauty audiences in 2025. Fans buy into personality as much as product, and Meghan is taking ownership of both. She'd love for Harry to be involved in whatever she's doing, but that's not how it's played out. So this is something that she'll have to do by herself. She's prepared to go it alone and will stop at nothing to make As Ever a success. And so she's trying to reposition herself, and we can all see this. She's trying all different things. She's chucking mud at the wall to see whatever sticks. But this brand ambassadorship role is simply not going to work for her. The tables really turned for Meghan, and the fashion houses threw the key away when she drove past the tunnel where Princess Di passed away. That was when they really decided that they had made the best decision for all parties involved to not have Meghan in any of their branding or ad campaigns, because she doesn't have any real self-awareness as to how she looks globally and in the world. So with all that being said, guys, I'll be back with another video. Meghan has been blackballed and blacklisted majorly, and it's so embarrassing.